So I'm cooking all this wonderful stuff. I'm actually making spaghetti with 3 different types of sausage. And then of course there's tomatoes, bell peppers, cilantro, onions, mushrooms, fresh garlic, stuff like that. There's also secret ingredients, which I will not tell you and I will not show you. I'm gonna have a side salad with romaine, carrots, red onion, orange bell pepper, and green bell pepper, and then fresh cracked black pepper. Maybe if you're nice to me, I'll let you see everything. So here's the thing. The seeds are usually, the seeds in the peppers are usually what gives it its spice and it gives the flavor. But you can always use other things to, you can remove the seeds, and then if you remove the seeds, that will always go ahead and remove some of the fire, if that makes sense. So you can either leave them or remove them. I like stuff to be hot, but here's the thing. I didn't expect to get serranos either. So because I have serranos, it's gonna be a little bit hotter, meaning the other stuff I put in needs to be a little less. But I'm a person who likes heat, so I like heat and flavor. Not too much heat to where you can't get the flavor still, so. And everything is cramping up today. Of course, you know when I wanna do something, everything cramps up. Usually I mix all my vegetables together because I go ahead and saute everything. I'm like my mother, I like my stuff to be crunchy, so. And I'm keeping the seeds in because I want a little bit of heat. And I always keep some dishwater running. The only thing that you can't really cut up or do right now would be the cilantro. Cilantro's garnish. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't come out right if you do the garnish. I think these other onions I have are no good. So I need to check, make sure, because I will throw a bitch. Found one that's actually good. I think this other one is bad too, but we're gonna leave her ass up here for a while. I like onion because onion is good for you, but some people don't. I never met a food that I didn't like. Never, 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 never. You'll probably see me 100 million times wash my hands or rinse stuff. That's just because I'm really particular and I don't like to go in people's houses and they don't wash their hands. I feel like sometimes people don't wash their goddamn hands. So, yeah. My counters, I always try to keep everything really, really clean because, yeah. I just cut this wrong. Lord have mercy, I cut this wrong. Oh well. As my grandmother said, it's gonna get ate and it's gonna get cut. So, cutting is so wrong. Today, I'm gonna start, y'all gonna see me crying. I'll cut the next one right. I'm not concerned with this one right this second. As long as I don't cut myself, right? Or maybe I will cut myself. My mother used to say I would dice stuff up so small that I made the best salsa. I'm like, oh, thanks, Ma. Think I make the best salsa? It's actually a family recipe. She got it from Auntie Cassandra, who's no longer here. It's the best salsa on the face of the planet. The only other great salsa I've had is my friend's mom, Chanel. Her mom makes really great salsa. And I always lose my mind when she makes it. Mama Nisi makes the best salsa too. And I think hers is all homemade as well. I'm sorry, y'all. My hands keep My hands just keep messing up. They don't love me. My hands don't love me no more. And these onions are hating me too. Oh, I can't stand crying. I need a different knife because my knife don't love me no more. I should have done this one the same way I did the first part. But anyway, you want everything that you're putting in the sauce to be kind of like small, whatever small is for you. Dicing, chipping, whatever you want to call it. When I was a little kid and my grandmother taught me how to cook, Granny would always say, I'm sorry, y'all gonna see me do this 100 million times. When I was a little kid, my grandmother never said, she never measured things out. She just did what came natural. She used to say all the time, a touch, a scotch, a taste, a pinch, a hint. And I remember asking, what the fuck is that? And so she came back and smacked the dog shit out of me and told me, when the time is right, you will know. So now I do the same. A touch, a taste, a bit, scotch. You pick up things and you learn things from older people, and those things never really leave you. I always say everything that I am and everything that I shall be is a direct reflection of my parents. My grandmother was like my mother, never complained, did everything that she should, and the funny part is all of us were better because she was around. She never complained about anything or said anything crazy or bad about anybody. Oh, Granny spoke the truth. Granny was honest. She was too damn honest sometimes. But that's one of those things. Food and liquor are the things that make us all happy and they unite us. A lot of times we're so busy doing all kind of other wild shit that we don't get to be happy. And I've heard it said a bunch of different times that there's a mind-body disconnect. You eat something that you don't like, your body doesn't fully absorb all the minerals and nutrients, which makes sense because think about why people absorb liquor and everything so fast. You enjoy the liquor, not the taste necessarily, but you enjoy how it makes you feel. You're being social, you're being happy. So all of those things would make you absorb something better, just like people who are bigger. Hey, they're eating to make themselves happy and it makes them feel better. So because of that, they're absorbing everything in the food. So I truly believe that with food, whatever you do, you have to do it from your heart and you have to be happy with it. And that's why I always tell people, I don't do substitutions, all that bullshit, because you can taste it and your body knows the difference. It does. Even if you want to say, oh, it don't. You can taste the difference and you know a difference. Especially when somebody cooks for you, you can tell when they cook from their heart versus, oh, this is just some shit you threw together. So I did go ahead and, I did cut everything up, put it in this plate, and I'm putting it in the refrigerator. The reason is, and I could throw it in the freezer too. The reason is, it's similar to a trick that somebody taught me about making salmon croquettes. You just basically want to go ahead and kind of freeze it because it helps it saute better. I learned that from a friend. I have 3 different types of sausage. You could do whatever 3 you want. You just need to make sure that the sausages all complement each other. So they can't be any crazy flavors or anything like that. And again, what you'd want to do after you cut these, you can either pop them in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes so they retain their shape, size, yada yada, or you could just go ahead and take everything over to the stove. And I meant to say, so when you're cutting it, you don't want it too big and you don't want it too small. And you also kind of want to do it like you would gumbo. With gumbo, the secret is it's all in your meat, and the flavors are all in the meat. So you want to make sure that you saute the meat, brown it before you add it to the spaghetti, so not only the meat can retain its flavor, but so that it adds flavor to the spaghetti as well. But again, you don't want too many conflicting things. Everything has to be similar. So right now, I'm doing mushrooms, and I'm gonna put some mushrooms in my salad. Mushrooms give protein. They're a fungus. Yeah, they're a fungus. They give protein. Yeah, some people like them, some people don't. It depends on what you feel. I like mushrooms, but I only like them if they're sauteed. And I don't like anything runny. So it can't be like sauteed runny or anything like that. No. Because I like everything to be crunchy, and I like people to know what's going in it. So you just can't know every single thing that's going in my stuff. It's always about fun and stuff like that. So, but you do need to saute the meat, because yeah, don't nobody want no bad spaghetti or flavorless, and don't nobody want no flavorless gumbo either. So bump that. You always want to make sure when you're cutting and dicing and chopping and carrying on that you watch all your stuff. Everything has to come out at the right time, but everything has to go in at the right time. So that's the only thing. That's the fun part about cooking. Everything's got to go in at a certain time. No more, because I got to chop up garlic. No more. I like fresh garlic whenever I can get it, because again, it's aromatic, it's good, and it's very good for you. If I had ginger, I would sneak a little bit of ginger in there, but not actual ginger. It'd be like powder. I don't really cook with beef. I haven't eaten a lot of beef, like ground beef. Here in the South, they tend to do that. I don't know what the hell that's about. Beef doesn't give more flavor, it gives more oil. Sometimes it gives more flavor with certain things. But do chicken, I've used ground chicken, but it's very hard to season, so I don't like to use it all the time. But normally when I'm cooking my daily stuff all the time, day to day, my girls will tell you, my close friends will always tell you, it's turkey. I usually do ground turkey for everything, because you can't taste the difference as long as you season it. You don't have to season it too much, but you do have to season it. And with turkey, because turkey is not as flavorful, you have to season it and then make sure that you have some sort of fat. You have to have some sort of fat to make it more flavorful. That's why I always saute the meat and stuff before I add it, the sausages. And like I said, I have 3 different types. So, like I said, you want your meat to look a certain way. You need to brown it. You always need to brown it. Some people call it sauteing and searing. It's all a play on words. Just make sure it's brown, make sure it's cooked, and make sure it's like that golden honey brown. That's what you want.